The School Data Exam app is merely a couple of weeks away, but that's too long to wait for plenty of schools who want to cross one job off their list by the halfway mark of term one. We're all about crossing jobs off your list, so we've built something that quickly allows us to churn this out for you while we wait for the official release of the shiny new Exam Generator app in the coming weeks. This version isn't pretty, but what it lacks in looks, it makes up for in brain power. In the next few minutes, you're going to hear about some exam constraints you've never dared to think to ask for. Until now, these have been such a pipe dream that you've told yourself near enough is good enough. Well, not anymore. One of our customers told us that the recess break is pretty short, and that makes it a little tough for students who have exams in sessions 1 and 2, but only if the session 1 exam is longer than 90 minutes. So, we built a student level exam gap constraint. This constraint knows when students' exams end and the next ones start. So, you can set the gap students should get between exams. You probably already know that our solver won't allow students to do more than 2 exams on the same day unless that's infeasible. Once we've logged our preferred settings, we tell the program which year levels are doing exams. Then we select the subjects that have exams. This looks pretty good now, so we press next. Now, what do you do when a subject has 2 exams? Well, we just click a couple of buttons and the program knows. Do you have any exams that must be on at the same time? At this school, Year 10 and 11 Viscom are actually a combined class. So they want the exams to take place at the same time. Now, day separation settings. If your math subjects have 2 exams, you probably don't want both exams for a subject to be on the same day. So we've told the solver. We're also telling it up here that we want one full clear day between these exams. Now, tag lists. This is one you've been asked about before and you've laughed and said, no, that is just not possible yet. I can do it manually, but it will take a long time. So what am I talking about? The footy team have a match on Tuesday, or the vet kids have to go to vet on Wednesday arvo, or heaven forbid, the geography classes have an excursion on the last day of the exam period. Now, we don't just want to block out the geography exam from occurring on this last day. We need to know all the exams that all the geography students are doing, and we want to block them all out from having an exam on the last day. Think of what you'll be able to do with Year 11s doing Year 12 subject exams in semester 2. I know what you're thinking. This will break the solver and it'll be infeasible. We'll allow you to score these constraints and the solver will bypass any that make it infeasible. This means you will always get the fewest clashes or 3 in a days or constraint violations that are mathematically possible. If it's possible to respect every single constraint, it will. So let's select an off constraint and let's select our tag list, geography excursion. Let's now say this cannot be on day 6 in any session and press add constraint. And voila, these are all the exams that cannot occur on the last day because students in these classes are doing these subjects. If nothing else, you'll very quickly get an idea of how prohibitive the constraint you've been asked to add is. The rest of the on-off constraints are usually quite straightforward. Let's set Year 11 English to anywhere on day 1. Here it is. And perhaps we might want to say that We don't want year 10s to have an exam on the afternoon of day 3. There we go. Then we press download and we take the output and run it through our solver. Yes, once the app is ready very shortly, you'll be able to do all this yourself, but get in contact if you'd like early access to this absolute game changer. At School Data, our tagline isn't just a throwaway line. We mean it when we say, School Data, your school's resources optimized.